In 1969, a man called a newspaper and said, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." He was never caught, he was never identified, and to this day, nobody knows who he really was. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer, the most terrifying unsolved mystery in American history. Between 1968 and 1969, a series of brutal murders shook Northern California. The killer didn't hide. In fact, he wanted the world to know. He sent letters to newspapers, he sent coded messages, he even gave himself a name, the Zodiac. In his own words, he claimed to have killed 37 people. Police confirmed at least 5 victims, but the real number, nobody knows. What made him different from every other killer in history was simple. He wanted fame, he wanted fear, and he got both. It was December 20th, 1968. A young couple, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, were parked on a quiet road in Vallejo, California. They were just 16 and 17 years old. It was supposed to be a normal night. It wasn't. Someone walked up to their car and opened fire. David was shot in the head. Betty Lou ran, but didn't make it far. She was found just 30 feet from the car. No witnesses, no motive, no suspect. The killer had vanished into the night. Then something unprecedented happened. The killer wrote to 3 different newspapers at the same time. He claimed responsibility for the murders. He included coded messages and threatened to kill more people if the codes weren't published on the front page. The newspapers had no choice. They published them. One code was solved by a school teacher and his wife in just 1 week. It read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest, because man is the most dangerous animal of all." The other codes were never fully solved. September 27th, 1969. A young couple, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, were picnicking near Lake Berryessa. A man approached them wearing a hood with a crossed circle on it, the Zodiac's own symbol. He tied them up. He stabbed them both multiple times. Cecilia died 2 days later. Brian survived. Before leaving, the Zodiac walked to their car and wrote on the door in black marker the dates of his attacks and the words, "By knife." Just hours after the Lake Berryessa attack, a call came into the Napa County Sheriff's Office. The voice was calm, almost bored. "I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. If you go 1 mile east on Columbus Parkway, you will find the kids in a ditch." Then the line went dead. Police traced the call to a payphone. At the bottom of the phone, they found a bloody fingerprint. It was the Zodiac. He had called from the scene of his own crime. The investigation became one of the largest in California history. Hundreds of suspects were investigated. Polygraph tests were conducted. Handwriting was analyzed. Codes were studied. The FBI got involved. Yet nothing. The Zodiac seemed to be always 1 step ahead. He even wrote to the police mocking them. In one letter he wrote, "The police shall never catch me because I have been too clever for them." And, tragically, he was right. In 2007, investigators publicly named Arthur Lee Allen as their prime suspect. Allen had been investigated since 1971. He wore a Zodiac watch. He used the same type of typewriter. Witnesses placed him near crime scenes. But there was one problem. His DNA did not match the DNA found on the Zodiac's letters. He died in 1992. Never charged, never convicted. To this day, the case remains officially unsolved. The Zodiac Killer's true identity remains one of the greatest mysteries in criminal history. Somewhere out there, the Zodiac Killer lived a normal life. He may have had a family, a job, neighbors who never suspected a thing, and he took his secret to the grave. The letters stopped, the killings stopped, but the fear never did. If you want to know more dark and chilling true crime stories like this one, subscribe to MindShift, because the truth is always stranger than fiction.